Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello, good morning, welcome back to the channel where today I have got some good news, or rather later on in this video, I think I'm gonna have some good news. So you might have seen recently, I've been talking about adding a car with a V12 back into the collection. It's been over a year since I sold my Vanquish and my FF. Well, I just so happened to have stumbled upon an advert for a car that rather takes my fancy, and today I'm gonna go and check it out. Now of course, I have to keep this a bit secret until I can reveal the car, just to make sure the deal fully goes through, but I will let you know later on if it's happening and when it's going to be happening. We can also, in the meantime, take the GTR over to the storage where I can take a look at the Ford GT wearing the BBS wheels. Of course, I said I was going away for a couple of weeks, so I've not actually seen my GT wearing its new wheels in person at all. So we'll get there, check that out. I've also got a few other cool bits and pieces to show you as well, and then of course I will let you know later on if the new car is happening. So let's get today started then and head out in the AMG GT R. There's actually quite a lot to get done today and a bit of car swapping up ahead. So let's take the GTR over to the car storage, like I said, where the Ford GT is going to be waiting. Into life, valves closed at the moment, but of course the GT was put back there. If you remember the video installing the BBS FI-R wheels, it was put back there while I was away because we had the thing about the lug nuts. Yes, the lug nuts, not the bolts, you might remember that one. So we're going to head over, hopefully see that then, and yeah, I'm quite excited to be honest, because I'm really looking forward to taking it out, then take the GT out, or at least that's the plan at the moment if the weather allows me, to go and drive it, to get it to the run-in level, to get it run-in with 600 miles on the clock. That's the objective. So let's get on the road, get today started. Fortunately, the road is a little bit drier than I expected, so let's go into individual just to have some fun and enjoy some of the burbles of the GTR. And I tell you something else that's new, my shirts. Now, a lot of you point out and mention that it often seems like I'm wearing the same shirts in my videos, despite the fact that I think I must own around 50 or 60 different shirts. However, I've gone to Shirt by Hand and ordered and bought a series of new ones, so you will see me wearing new shirts finally, as well as hopefully the new car in the garage. However, like I said, it's drier than I expected out on the roads, which is a nice little bonus. So I'll head over towards the storage, be able to grab the GT, we'll take a good look at it first and see what these wheels look like, and then take it out to the dealership to check out this new car, which naturally I am really quite excited about because I cannot wait to actually see it in person. I've had some phone calls, everything so far is sounding very exciting, but you never really know until you get there and until you actually see the car. The GTR is slotted in then between Benzene Ben's Mustang and the Senna. Now in that video where we went to Posh Wash to talk about the GT and the new wheels, I basically put the Senna into hibernation knowing that I wasn't going to drive it for a few weeks. So it's cleaned, it's got a full tank of fuel, it's sitting on the tyre cushions, it's also plugged into the trickle charger and under the car cover, basically full hibernation mode. But we are getting close to the time for that car to come out along with the GT, the GT8, the LT, potentially the new car, and hopefully the Red RS as well when it's finished at Mountune, to go to IAMS, the motor show in Amsterdam. The cars will be there throughout the show. I'll be there on the Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and hopefully we'll be able to see some of you guys there as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So the Senna is in hibernation, but we're here to talk about this, the Ford GT, which is under its, well, kind of ill-fitting car cover. I haven't got round yet ordering a proper fitted cover for the GT, so that's my old one from the 12C, but we are here to come and take a look at the wheels. Let me just pull this up. Wow, that looks cool. The BBS FI-R wheels, the stupidly lightweight. They are so light thanks to having these holes cut out in them. The gold center caps to go with the gold stripes on the car, the Le Mans grey colouring of them. I think I will eventually make the calipers gold to match the stripes of the car, but that looks really cool actually. I am very happy with how that has turned out. And let's just have a quick look at the rear one as well. Of course it's quite dark in here. We can get a better look at these outside. What a nice wheel. Such a cool design, the 5 twin spoke. I'm very happy with that. So I need to get the covers off, get the trickle charger unplugged that we currently have down here, and fire the car up to take it on out for a drive to get it up to the 600 miles so that it is all run in. So let me crack on with this and I will then jump inside. Here's a small GT detail that is never going to bore me. If you lock the car, you get this little graphic here just behind the window. You can see lock, unlock, or of course, being keyless, you can pop the key in your pocket and unlock it by popping in here. The door latches and then it unlocks. And then to lock it, you press on there. That's literally how you lock it. You just press on that little quarter window triangle thing that you have back there, and then to unlock it, you just do this. That's how easy it is. Very cool. I love that as a little feature. It's just like being on a race car where you'd have the number or some information back there. So I obviously haven't driven the GT for a couple of weeks, so I'm looking forward to this. It's again that almost new car feeling when something's quite unfamiliar. Gosh, it's snug inside here. I almost forget quite how small this cabin is. Put on the brake though. Let's start this up and take a listen. Funny how it always tells you driver door open. It's like, yes, I know that. Let me just close this down firmly. There we go. And yeah, it's game on. The good news is that the sun is actually trying to poke through the clouds, and that means it's dried up the tarmac very quickly. The bad news is there's a lot of traffic. However, one other cool thing to show you, so you're probably familiar with the future wear sunglasses that I'm always wearing, made out of carbon fiber. Well, they've made a limited edition set, just 50 pairs of Shmee 150 glasses, which are, of course, carbon fiber as before, and they have the Shmee 150 logo on the arms over the ears as well. That's pretty cool. I love these. I love these. You can find them in a link down below if you're interested. But the new glasses that I am going to be absolutely glued to all of the time in all of my videos. Just all I'd like now is to get actually out of London. We've got 518 miles on the clock. The car needs 600 to be officially run in, but of course at this stage you can start to use a significant amount more of the revs. And this is basically going to be the first time I've ever done that on the way to go and look at another new car. So that makes for quite an exciting day for me, and I'm very much looking forward to what is coming up right now. Sadly, I just drove past a pretty horrific accident, but we are now off the M25, so sport mode, manual mode, and let's just, yeah, it's taking it out of comfort mode as well. Use a few more revs because we're getting to the stage where I can. Oh yes. That's officially the hardest I've accelerated in this car, and it completely comes to life. Wow, it still does that thing where it massively overreads, and because I've got Android Auto with Waze running, I can actually see that it's overreading. It's about, I mean, at 70 miles an hour, it's about 74 on the dash, which is quite significant for a modern car. I'm not really sure why it does that, and the noise of the wind going down at the back. But this is super cool. Wow. I love this thing. It just comes to life. You drive a little bit harder. Massive levels of concentration, of course. But oh yes. Well, I'm nearly there, which means I'm going to have to wait for a bit more fun with this car after the visit, but I'm not complaining about that because, well, naturally, I'm a little bit excited to see what I'm about to see, and I know it's slightly controversial not revealing what it is, but there are a few reasons for that, because if it doesn't go through, or if I talk too much about it, then it doesn't happen. Everybody ends up looking really silly, and there are a few things still to discuss, and there's planning everything out, and I will tell you what's coming as soon as I can. But obviously, step one is to actually get there, see this car, decide that it's the right car, sign on the dotted line and pay a deposit, and then we will see how that goes. And then I'm going to take this car out for a nice drive, because who wouldn't want to? It's a nice day, nice-ish. There have been some wet bits, but in any case, we're nearly at run-in, which means it will be time to open it up a lot on my next outing. I guess it needs to go for a service. Actually, it has to have a 600-mile run-in service, and then you can track the car, and there are some plans. So yeah, don't go away. This car is going to start getting driven properly hard, wide and far away through this year. For now though, let's get there and see what is what. So then, I've been to see the car. What is the verdict? Well, those of you guys who are regular followers will know that I don't really tease or lead you on unless something is going to happen, and in this case it has. I've paid my deposit. A new V12 car is going to be arriving in the garage, something I am very excited about. This particular car is perfect. The spec is ideal. The car itself is immaculate. I've just got to be secretive about it for a little bit longer. Bear with me, because of course course, although I've paid the deposit, I need to pay for the car in full. It needs to be registered, it needs to be prepared, and a few things can still change at this late stage, but I hope not, and I hope I'm going to be revealing it to you in about a week's time or so. I think I've got penciled in Saturday the 30th of March 2019. Bring it on, the return of a V12 to the garage. Very exciting times. When I saw the car, instantly it was game on, it was happening. I wasn't going to be able to hold back, exactly as it was advertised, so more of that to be seen very, very soon. Now, I've parked up in a rather peculiar location, but an opportunity to see the wheels out in daylight that are now fitted to the Ford GT, although with slightly dirtied tyres as a result, not necessarily the car's natural habitat, but they are looking fantastic. Honestly, they look so good. What I need to do now is get a photo shoot with the GT, also joined by my Focus RS that has the BBS CIRs. These are the FI-Rs, but yeah, very, very happy. And maybe the calipers are fine, because that flash of gold that you get on the BBS logo of the centre cap actually brings in a bit of the gold from the stripes, and I quite like it. I'm not entirely sure either way. Anyway, the car is looking brilliant, but there is one other thing I would also like to show you on my phone. So I'm just grabbing that very quickly, which is to do with the Shmee150 app. Now, you might have seen it's launched on both Android and on iOS as well. The iOS app has launched. In here, you have the latest videos that you can see on the homepage. There is also a gallery with wallpapers. Just load up, I'm out in the countryside, so give it a second, there we go. But this is created by a company called Gemtech. Now, for Shmee150 followers who are keen to have an app developed, they're offering 20% off as well. I'll put the link down to Gemtech's below. But basically, they've been pretty smooth and seamless with the development of this app. They've done it very, very quickly and efficiently, and we've also got lots more features that are going to be coming as well. So if you haven't checked out the Shmee150 app, do so now. You can get it here. Lots of FAQs about, if you'd like to know some of the history of Shmee150, what the name means. It is all there inside the Shmee150 app on both Android and iOS, so that's quite nice as well. Big shout out to Gemtech. Link down below if you'd like to learn a little bit more. For now though, this car has, I think in total, 570 miles on it now. It'll take a moment before it tells us on the dashboard, but that means we will basically be at the time to go out and have some fun. It does take a second actually to wake up when you've just turned the car on. There we go, 566.6 miles. That's saying to me, let's enjoy this, get rid of some of the mud off the tyres first, and see what it's like. Look at this actually, look at how many stones get flicked up by the tyres through that aero section. Anyway, enough talking, back in the car. I don't think anybody would ever say that this is the noisiest car in the world, but when you do actually get on it a little bit more and build up some more of the revs, it can get really loud inside the cabin. And we've only got 33 more miles to go. Let me just pull the door back down. So I'm going to head on out of here. This is literally the worst possible location I could have driven to park the car. Lift up instantly at the front, gearbox by twizzling the toggle in front of me. Wheels are at an angle from the photos I was taking, and we can escape out of here because, well, there should be some nice roads. I mean, in theory, anywhere outside of London should have some nice roads. That car is literally parked in the middle of this car park. I'm just doing everything I can to avoid the puddles and the particularly bumpy bits. Why am I doing this? This wasn't smart. Let's get back out onto the road somewhere a little bit clearer. So that's some tarmac, right. That's already a touch better. Front down, it drops instantly. When you speed up, it actually drops the front when you get to 25 miles per hour or so, that kind of thing, although I might need it to get over this little bump. Watch the tyres, this amount of power, slightly wet tyres, damp muddy tyres. Now we're going to hear the noises, drop the front again, manual with the button there. Lots to think about, but we're basically run in with the GT and it's warm, so we've been driving, engine is up to temperatures. Start to do some more of this. Obviously it's no track work yet, it's not like going full blast out on the racetrack, but yes, I'm excited to fully unleash this. And well, it's never going to sound like the new V12, it's never going to sound anything like the new V12, but it's certainly got some performance, this car. It seems it's just about time. We've got 599.7 miles on the clock, so I went to get some lunch and drive around the countryside a bit. 599.8. I'm going to be particular about this and wait until it gets to 599, 599.9. That means we're about to have, from down second gear, in a second, 600 miles. The GT is running. I've been a good, well-behaved person with it, and now we can do this. Get those shift lights on the steering wheel, the spoiler comes up as well when it feels extra load. Yeah! Wow, okay. Before you go full guns blazing, obviously it does need the oil change, but we've hit 600 miles and now it's being driven properly, like it was built to be driven. And yeah, it really amps up the noise and the drama, I can tell you that for sure, when you do start building up a few more revs. I mean, that wasn't to the red line, that was about 6,500, but there's so much turbo power coming off it, you can just get that sense. And am I going to be behind a Defender now? No, he's going a different way, that's convenient. Okay then, so, enjoy the countryside roads with the GT. Yeah. So cool, so cool. I'm a happy boy right now. What a car, what a feeling. Now run in and possible to drive it properly. It's quite interesting actually to hear the different noises that it makes. You can obviously hear the intake, but maybe you can't on the cameras. Then when you lift off, you get this kind of noise, but obviously much more of it up at the top end of the rev range, which I haven't really explored. I mean, I've had outings in the Ford GT before in running cars, press cars, but it feels infinitely cooler to be doing it in my own. Just now that it's ready to be unleashed, to get that oil change, to have a track day, it feels a lot like you have to really grab a hold of this thing. It's a bit like an Aventador in that way. You have to manhandle the car and force it to do what you want. When I say it's like an Aventador, obviously it's not the weight of an Aventador. It is about the same size as an Aventador, and nothing like the same front end, because of the Aventador having a four-wheel drive weight system. I just mean, maybe it's just the feeling of the size. Maybe that's the comparison I'm trying to make. But yeah, now in sport mode on some bumpier roads, it's a little bit firm. But there we go. Finally, we've seen the GT being driven a little bit harder with the shift lights coming on, which I've certainly been waiting for, and I know from the messages I've seen in the comments, a lot of you guys have as well. So an all-round pretty good day, I think. Certainly has to be said from my side. The new car now inbound, and the GT ready to rock and roll. Who am I to complain? So I'm going to take the, I guess, fairly boring route back into London on the motorways, so I probably won't make any video of that, but I'll enjoy driving the car and see where we end up. And we're back then, a different car in the garage, and soon to be a completely different car found right here. More information in the not too distant future. As I mentioned as well, you'll find more details about the Shmee 150 Future Wear carbon fiber sunglasses down in the description. Also about Gemtex if you're looking to have an app developed too. But an exciting day. The GT is running. It will now go off to have its oil change service to get sorted. Obviously the light's just turning off after the coming home or whatever it's called, where it keeps them on just for a moment after you get back. That will go get the service done. Then it will be time to take this car plus the Senna plus a few others over to IAMS, the International Amsterdam Motor Show. And then what else do we have on the horizon? Car Freitag, Top Marks Monaco, Where's Shmee, all the road trips, all the tours, lots of cars going to lots of different places, but we're starting to get towards better weather. This is the time of year where the road trips and the adventures begin. Very exciting times ahead. So thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, I can't wait to share this new car with you very, very soon. The V12 is going to be back, and you'll be sure to hear all of it right here on the channel. So that's it for this time. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.